Hello, it is Tees. Good day, good afternoon, good evening. I hope all are well, hope all are safe. I would like to say this in one breath. I'm just spit it out. So basically, if you can't take the heat, then don't play with fire. Like I say, so if you know you don't want to get murdered before or after committing a crime, or you know you don't want to go to prison for 1,000 years, then don't do the crime. I only say that because you got people literally putting themselves in hot water knowing that they can't take the heat, like even to the point where it's like now you're facing suicide, or you're looking at time, or you're looking at somebody coming to reap revenge based off something that you did, and it's like, you know, you really can't take the heat. And I only say that because you get these celebrities that want to play with fire, and then they want to, now you want to kill yourself because Satan is on your heels, you know. So I guess I don't know how true it is, and frankly I don't care, because it comes with the territory. But Reggie, I guess now he's online. Okay, now I'm having suicidal thoughts, or coming soon I'm going to kill myself. I'm like, okay, well, what do you have yourself twisted up into? He's twisted up into those Kardashians, so there's no telling what he got himself into that's still following him 20 years later, or, you know. So, you have that, and then you have the youth. They felt like, well, damn, I have nothing to lose. Because this is kind of a spinoff from the video from yesterday. There was a there was an OG who, I think he'd been in prison maybe 30, 40 years, and he was pretty much saying like, okay, I've seen young men and older men come in with all that, you know, I'm rough and tough. I came in killing, I'm gonna leave, you know, killing and banging. And they said, and then he said, all that flew out the window, either through time, either you serving all that damn time, or somebody calling your bluff on how tough you really are. Because he said there's been so many people that come in here, oh, I'm rough and tough. And he said, no, until you get up in amongst the real tough guys who that's their territory. And that's basically what he was saying. This is my territory, and I'm the tough guy around here, and I'm going to be the one taking your lunch money and taking your clothes, to say the least, you know. So it's like, there's just, so you won't get your bluff called. So I'm thinking, like, if you know you don't want to get taken in more than one way, then it's, yeah, you may want to turn from your wicked ways now. And also too, because I think a lot of, like I said, a lot of the youth, they don't have anyone to talk, they don't have anyone to spit game to them and say, hey, you know, don't do that, do this, or instead of going there, work on this, you know. Because like I said, the work isn't there, the parents are nowhere to be found, obviously, and so that guidance is pretty much slim to none. So that means for those who hasn't actually gotten themselves into trouble, or those who it's not too late for, there are good advice, and there are healthy alternatives and outlets out there that's, you know, unfortunately it's not told on the mountain, and it's not readily available. Because just because that's an OG, or just because that's an elder, that doesn't mean that they're productive, you know. That don't mean that they're going to lead you in the right path. Like a lot of times, like I say, people are going astray because the adults around them have gone astray. So it's like they're, you know, basically left for dead. So in so many words, he pretty much was saying, like, just whatever it is that you're getting yourself into, or you feel like you got to be around a certain crowd or do a certain thing to please people, you may want to reconsider. Because when it's time to go to prison, those same people who you're trying to please, or those same people who you call your friend, will be nowhere to be found when you're serving life. And even if they are behind bars with you, they will turn on you, you know. And he said he's seen this stuff faithfully, you know, because he's been in there long enough to see. He's seen people get broken from high up to all the way down. Now you're ironing some other man's drawers, to say the least, you know. So it's like, you know, he was pretty much saying, like, yeah, people that love you, they're going to start falling off by the wayside. Because it's like, while you're in there all that time, now your mom and your dad died, your children are grown now, they have their own lives and their own children, and you've been forgotten. Like I said, you've been in there 40 years. A lot of things have changed. So you're just pretty much saying, hey, none of that is worth it. And right now it's feeling like, well, damn, you don't have nothing to lose. But really you do, because there's a reason why, you know, the goal is to destroy the youth. Because it's like they don't want you to reach that goal, or to reach that point where you're supposed to be. You know, you're supposed to be more. You know, prison is not your destination, or it should not be your destination. You know, but like I say, a lot of the youth have been led astray, you know. And it's based off what you see on TV too. And like I said, you get these celebrities and these athletes, or these politicians, or anyone who could be giving you a positive message, or could be uplifting you, and they're not. They're feeding you the slur rap, the Cardi bitches. You know, you're just getting fed sex and drugs and chaos. It's like, where are the hands-on things? Like, okay, well, while they're over there doing drugs, okay, let's build a house. Like, nobody's productive anymore, and so that's why I say that the things that these children need, it's not advertised on the mountain. It's not. But there is still some hope in there. Trust me, there's better outlets, and even if there's not better outlets, there's nothing is worth literally dying and wasting away and getting yourself used and abused in prison, because it's not going to be a walk at the park. Every day being told what to eat and having to protect yourself every day, and it's going to get stressful, and that's going to take a toll on the body after a while. And that's just to say the least. That's not to count of say if you get murdered behind bars. He said there's people they'll have those long blades, like the blades that's literally longer, like maybe the 3 or 4 foot long blades. He said that they'll stab you in the chest and come out through your back. He said he's seen a lot of gory, like ruthless murders. Like you'll get cut up. He said one guy, I guess. He said this guy's name was Booty Bob. But he said, Booty Bob, he'll get to the point where if he like you, if he'll want you, he's gonna be like, yeah, you gonna be put him in my cell, like pretty much like that. He was one of those, like, and was big and bad too. Wasn't like, okay, he ain't just no regular old tambourine player. He's like, okay, yeah, I might wear tambourines and wear a potato sack skirt on Wednesday, but he said, yeah, but don't get it twisted. They said there was 2 of them in the prison like that. One of them, like I said, one of them got their neck cut from here to here, and then literally got his insides. He said his guts was all over. I guess he must have had 3 pink men in the room, and he said those must have been supposed to be his 3 toys for Booty Bob, and they was like, oh no. So I guess they had to protect their butt. They had to take care of Booty Bob, cut his throat from here, and then they said you didn't really hear it because I think they cut the throat first so he could just bleed out, and then from there they removed his organs. And so I guess they said he was they were covered in blood and guts everywhere there. And they said he said he'd never seen anything like it, and hell, neither have I. Yeah, but they said it gets down like that in prison, and it's like, and then a lot of this stuff won't get reported on either. Cause like I say, that Alabama prison, like I say, or prisons, like I said, this ain't just the only one, but the one where they're doing Lord knows what to those inmates, and pretty much all of the inmates are literally dying one by one. They all have that surgical scar down the chest or down the torso, as if you just had open heart surgery, and they're all looking like that. So that means you're not only getting starved to death, but you're getting experimented on. I'm sure they're still in their organs, and it's like this is what's going on in these prisons. And like I said, the Alabama one that's just now getting brought to the attention. Do you really think they just started doing this shit to inmates in Alabama? I'm like, no, it's just now, like 30, 40, 50, 60, 1,000 years later, it's just now coming out. So it's like you won't get that fast report. Like something happened to you today, you probably won't hit the news until maybe 3-4 years from now, and that's if anyone has time to air it. Because like I say, people, they don't report on the important things. So that's why I say, just be careful who the hell you're around. Like I say, and I had to give the same Easter speech to my younger brother. He didn't quite want to hear. He don't want to hear that whole get yourself together or else. He had to hang the phone up. And I'm like, okay, if you don't want to hear it, I don't want to hear it either. When it's it's time to receive a toe tag. I really don't. Like, that's the whole point. Like, it's going to get to the point now people are just going to get tired of saying the same damn thing every day, and then to where you just like, okay, well, I did my part. I've told my story on the mountain, and now it's just time to watch people fall to your right and left. And like I say, they don't have to be you though, so yeah, for those who there's still some hope for, and if you feel like the grass is greener on the wild side, or and it won't be worth it. Like I said, there's nothing worth dying over or getting murdered over, or even going to prison over and then having to get violated every damn day. So keep that in mind, and be safe. Yeah, take care of self, get yourself together, and just be careful who you're around too. Cause sometimes being guilty by association, you go down because you just had to go to the party, and then you get pulled over, and now it's a car full of drugs that had nothing to do with you, but now you're getting 30 for somebody else's drug problem. And it's not worth it. Like, just understand who the hell you're around and what they're into. That's another thing I asked y'all, like, what do you mean? I said, you're not clean as a whistle, what are you into? So to where they don't want to, you don't want to face those demons. I'm like, okay, if you don't want to face those demons and they end up destroying you, then it's like, I don't want to hear it. Like, it doesn't matter what problem, a gambling problem, drug problem, sex problem, stealing problem. What is it? Whatever it is, it could be anything. It's not just, I'm just on drugs or I'm addicted to social media. Like, no, what are you into? What are you into? All right, but anyway, I hope all are well. I hope all are safe.